Maya, what the guy said is 100% accurate. It's not his fault that you're ignorant. For those of you who don't know what is happening, let me give you the background story. So, WODE Maya, in one of his vlogs, he said, back in the days, the Ashantis used to buy slaves from the north and sell it to the white colonial masters. And a lot of people are offended. Why are you offended? He's only telling you the truth. It's a fact.
So, WODE Maya asema okan say Asante for Canadian na slavery ni koso no na omko north Salaga market no makoto northerness no mo de omaba southern part of Ghana no maba beton omo no Asante for no they are not happy about this issue, but right now guy be your friend Timo no that's see no ono so say obi prove say the WODE Maya kan no no create true do, but at the end of this video no your Asante bi so hanoma ono so be the history beto obe kire say trade the course so Salaga honom no Asante for no enye nipa mpokura no mkokoto ye na imom omkoto ade foforo moma yentie the Timo ka sisia na yembiem what you say hi WODE podcast.
Maya, what the guy said is 100% accurate. It's not his fault that you're ignorant. For those of you who don't know what is happening, let me give you the background story. So, WODE Maya, in one of his vlogs, he said, back in the days, the Ashantis used to buy slaves from the north and sell it to the white colonial masters. And a lot of people are offended. Why are you offended? He's only telling you the truth. It's a fact. Some people are turning the whole thing into some tribal nonsense. I just don't understand. Let's separate facts from emotions. WODE Maya himself is an Akan. So where from all this WODE Maya hate Ashantis? Where from all this nonsense?
Not Akan.
The fact is, when it comes to slavery, we blacks played a key role in it. You see, during the video, WODE Maya mentioned Salaga, and instead of people to make research about Salaga, they were rather insulting the guy. How many of you have been to Salaga? Go to Salaga and learn the true history of slavery. Back in the days, the Musi people used to bring people from Upper North, even present-day Burkina Faso. They bring people, they walk them all the way from the north, up there, all the way to Salaga. Then the Ashantis will go and buy them and bring them to the white colonial masters. The Moses and Ashantis have some kind of, special relationship. It didn't start today. The Moses people are naturally strong. They are tall, they are thick. In fact, if you see them, you will know that these are real men. So they used to capture people from the north. The Ashantis will go in and buy them. And that was why when it got to a point, the Ashantis were marrying Musi people. That is not the main point of this video, but I want you guys to understand the chemistry between the Musi and the Ashantis. So basically, when it comes to slavery, both northerners and southerners partook in it. Even some chiefs were 100% involved. And that is why when you go to Cape Coast, I don't know how many of you have been to Cape Coast, slave castle. When you go to Cape Coast, there's an apology letter from our chiefs. They admitted that they were part of the slavery. They took part in it. And rather unfortunate today, we still have these people in our midst who are selling us out to these white Europeans. Are you wondering why our leaders keep selling us out? Well, it didn't start today. It didn't start today. When it comes to the history of Ghana, our education system has failed us big time. A lot of young guys know nothing about our history. How many young people in this country know that we even have more than 10 castles in this country? All they know is Osu Castle, Cape Coast Castle, especially Cape Coast Castle. That is all they know.
So Timo see more than 10 castles in Ghana, but one naming them. So if you know for comment section and see.
Sometimes I even ask people in Salaga, and they tell me that, they know nothing about Salaga slave trade market. But it is still there. When you go there, there are people who will walk you around and tell you the true history of Salaga slave market. A lot of Ghanaian students are not even aware that there was a slave market in Salaga. But a lot of students in Ghana here know the story of Romeo and Juliet. They are forced to read Romeo and Juliet book. What is the sense in Romeo and Juliet story? How is that relevant to us? Ghanaians are not even aware that there are a lot of castles in this country. And we are busy reading Romeo and Juliet. So the common misconception is most of the slaves who were sold to, the Europeans are Ashantis or Fantis. No, most of them are actually Northerners. It was rather the Ashantis who were buying these slaves. So this is 100% accurate. What WODE Maya said, he don't have to apologize to anybody. I'm not happy that this happened, but history is history. Fact is fact. When you turn it upside down, it is still fact. Nothing will change that. So this is not a video to hate Ashantis. No, both Ashantis and the Northerners were all involved in slave market or slave trade. That is the fact.
History is something that you can never have an opinion about. And if anybody tells you that what they are saying is fact, without evidence, it's not fact. If they are telling you it is history without reference, it is not history, because guess what? History, it is either recorded, that is written, or oral, right? And apart from that, there are references to what happened. Now let's listen to this video, then I'll come back with my submission. Fact without evidence. History without reference. As you are still watching me, don't forget to contact me for all your photography needs, right? Your wedding, birthday, portrait, whatever. I got your back. In my previous videos, I debunked the notion that Ashantis went to Salaga market to go and buy slaves and sell it to the white man, mad them all the way from the northern regions to the coast to sell them. And that is not true. That never happened. You see, I gave you two sources from which none of these sources ever mention Ashantis going to Salaga to go and buy slaves, because it never happened. And these sources comes with references, both black and white, missionaries and traders, and none of these people ever mentioned any Ashanti, any Asante. No, there were Fantis, there were Gas, there were Equiapem. Even the Equiapem, they didn't go there to go and buy the slaves. They bought it on their way, right? When they were marching the slaves from the northern region to the coast, that is where the Equiapems and the Asini, I don't know whether they meant Ascent, because for Equiapem, they wrote Aquapem. But we know it's the Equiapem. Haven't you guys realized that these people who claim that they are telling you history never come with evidence? They don't. So just say, oh, it is history. Oh, it is fact. Oh, you should go to the Salaga slave market to go and find out. Oh, no, honey, you don't have to go there to find out. Because I haven't been there, but I know a lot about Salaga slave market now. When baby me chrome for say utumra no atresi and me baby see, because I come to you with extra evidence that proves that Ashantis never, like I said in my previous video, 1, go to Salaga market to buy slaves, 2, buy slaves from Salaga market, trade them to the, buy slaves from Salaga market and mark them to the coast, and 3, buy slaves from Salaga market and trade it with the white man. They never did that. You see, throughout my research, I came across books that you can read about the Salaga and Salaga slave markets. And I'll put them on the screen for you to see. They aren't free though. They aren't. And apart from that, I came across pictures of the Ashanti Kingdom, the Ashanti Empire, whilst I was doing my research. And I'll be putting those pictures on the screen for you to see as well. Some years back, my chemistry teacher told us that there used to be story buildings in Kumasi. And I couldn't believe my eyes, because he didn't have pictures to show us. But fast forward today, I've seen a lot of pictures about the Ashanti Empire, and even how some of these pictures has been compared to other castles in the world. That's so great. This video's reference is from the aspect of Ashanti Northern trade, and this journal is a journal written by Kwame Ahin. And in this journal, it tells you about how the Ausa Mande and Mosi traders traded with Bundugu, that is Eastern Ivory Coast, Salaga in Northern region, and Kintampo, Brun Ahafo region. The journal is called Africa, and what I was talking about is the aspect of the Ashanti Northern trade, the part that Ashantis had to play in the part that Ashantis had to play in the Salaga slave market, right? It is never true. If anybody tells you that Ashantis went to northern region to Salaga to go and buy slaves and mark them to Ashanti region, that is not true, because guess what? If they were going to sell it to the white man, even if they had to go there and get the slaves and then bring them to the coast to sell, they would have been very, very expensive, because it will cost much to go to Salaga and it costs a lot also to come to the coast. But that didn't happen. It never happened anywhere. It is the people, right? It is the northerners who matched the slaves from Salaga and started trading them along the way. They came to Ashanti region, that is Kintampo. They didn't even mention Kumasi in this journal. And there's another article which draws attention on the fact that domestic servants and laborers for agriculture were in high demand in Ashanti region because the land was very, very fertile. They needed people to come and till the land. They needed people to come and take care of their crops and their cocoa plantations. And that is why they traded with the Mosi, the Mande, and the houses. And these people brought their slaves with their caravan to Kintampo to trade. And in this video, I'm going to put on the screen the journal. I'm going to put on the screen the name of the journal. I'm going to put on the screen what the Ashantis traded in and what the houses also traded in, because this journal provides us with all the evidence that we need. And in the items that Ashantis were trading in, none of them were slaves. But when it comes to the Hausa people, the first commodity was slaves. And let me tell you something, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Now, wafu wenito form, neshe Ashanti region, neshe Kumasi, neshe the number of zongos that contain Hausa people, Mosi people, Mande people in Ashanti region. Now, let me ask you this. If you thought the Ashantis traded with the slaves and sold them to the white man, then why would these people still be on our lands? Have you asked the coastal areas, where are the slaves that they bought from the Hausa people? Where are they? Are they now still in existence at the coastal areas? Have they gotten a place to stay over there? So why would you let anybody throw dust into your eye whilst there is proof, concrete proof, that these people still live among us? They live among us. Now you even ask the northerners, where are the people that they started selling? Are they still there? No, the only place that you find these people and their descendants is Ashanti region, because they didn't buy the slaves to trade with the white man. They bought the slaves for domestic work and farm work. That is what they do, and that is what they did, and that is recorded history. I mean, we still have evidence of that, don't we?
Okay, so slavery course or no, slave trade course or no. Ɛyɛ den a tribe bi ayɛ bi, especially na ɛntɔkwa ɛkɔ so. Nti sɛ wo lusu a ɛtumi kye ɔmo lusu no, ɔmo pagya ɔmo nsa sɛ yɛnko bi no, ɔmo tumi kye ɔmo na ɔmo ayɛ dɛ ɔmo atɔn ɔmo. But deɛ na asantefo deɛ ɔmo yɛ ne sɛ ɔmo tɔ enipa mpo a ɔmo de ne kɔkɔyɛ adwuma. What you say? Anaasɛ sɛ obi lusu a ɔmo de ne ka ɔmo ho. Ɛno nti na ɔkɔ asantema mu a yɛwɔ all the tribes ɛwɔ hɔ no. Mosi Zongo, Anwaga Junction, you can name them. What you say? It's only in Kumasi and Abinya Sani Mani now. Oh, intino slavery in the course and the Obiachi Ubitono, Ubia Conca Ubitono, Basantefone de, so mo concawa, Omutimedio Camo. What you say? Aha, Anna Sabia, so moko 20 pounds or Modioba Abe Juma, or Santimemo Honum. But say a Santefo air corn off. Akwa chinipa, akwa capture amount for the amachi or free north or bar south na babeton there. It's false. What I say. Anyway, mama yan to asunti obaya santua.
So like I said, if you're going to listen to anybody who will tell you, oh, this is fact, this is history, without any reference, without any tangible evidence, it's just hearsay. Tism. What's in the one shishim. Otia no bekaye. When him the entire video acha minye because I've been reading. I've been me person me fa phone. Na ma babe jan babe kan asema inim. I have to fact check. I have to fact check. And that is what I do. And that is what I want to be known for. Me person me fa camera.
Abake can be
say and I wait say no. If I don't have reference, I will never talk about it. And one thing that most of you have to know is that the white man's style of slavery has corrupted a whole lot of your views on slavery, right? And I know most people will say, yes, if they came to work on the farm, if they came as domestic help, it is still slavery. Of course, it is still slavery. I mean, you should ask the maid. I don't know a lot of maids, but I know some people get to work in awful environment. I know, right? I have never been a slave, neither have I been a maid before. So I wouldn't sit anywhere and downplay how things were for them. But honey, working on a farm in Ghana can never be compared with what the African Americans went through and other Africans in the European countries, right? Like I say, history is not pretty. And you
Abusia, with my fast mamba, he say, "Oma amount for Asian there." But at the end of the day, you know, history, history. Asanteman and I say Ashantis. Anto, Oman capture obi. I'm for southern part of Mamaton. I know Air Force. I WODE podcast. Be an air first and I have video. I say that's what need videos. You know who me subscribe at him so. Now so chill wadring. Once we history for phobia na. For comment section as na yensu yen ready. Na yensu yen bibi free.